Hi, I'm Lisa.
And I'm Sue. After more than 35 years in the classroom, we've retired from teaching, but not from telling stories. We've shared our favorite school day tales, and now it's time to turn the spotlight on us.
Yes, us. These days, we're focused on growing older, but definitely not growing up. We still don't know what we didn't know, but you might pick up a life lesson or two between the laughs.
Hopefully, you oldies out there will laugh with us, and you young whippersnappers will be prepared for what's to come. We didn't know what we didn't know.
Life laughed. Hi, Sue. How are you today?
Good morning. Good afternoon.
It's a lovely sunny day.
It's beautiful here in the beautiful state of Wisconsin.
It's a balmy 8 degrees. I didn't even wear a coat today.
Oh, I know.
It's so warm.
I'm just going to go outside and I don't know.
I don't mind the super, super cold that we've had as long as it's sunny.
And that's why it's super cold. It is sunny.
That's why it's, yeah.
Look up your weather facts.
So, all right. What's new with you?
Well, why are you in town, Lisa?
Why am I in town? Well, I had to get up at 4:30 this morning.
Okay.
And drive to your house.
Yes.
To get my antibiotics because I have to take antibiotics before I go to the dentist.
Okay.
Because of my artificial knee. You were nice enough to pick up my antibiotics, but I didn't know I needed them for this appointment.
Right.
Hence, I had to come up here. And my
But
appointment
also-
was 8:20, so I'm a little groggy.
So I don't travel to the south side of town where we used to work very often because I'll run into people I know. So I had to get a prescription from Target.
Oh, by the way,
here it is.
here's the thing. I called her up because I was in Eau Claire, and they put in the prescription, and I waited and waited and waited, and I'm like, I got to get back home. So I called up Sue, and I'm like, can you pick up my prescriptions? And she's like, sure. I didn't tell her what they were.
No. And so I get there, and may I just tell you to preface, I like to preface, I used to work in a drugstore, and I used to work behind the counter, and I know that there are certain things that take no prep at all. And one of them is in this bag. And it is...
Well, one was the antibiotics.
And the other is prep for a colonoscopy. Look at this sucker. It's a gallon jug. It's bigger than a gallon. And it's got your poopy
juice.
Poop juice. And it's huge. And I had thought this, I'll help Lisa out. And I haven't been to Target in so long. And I'll walk around and look at, I'll have the poop juice sitting in this cart. So I had to flirt with the old man chemist, old man Rogers. I don't know his name was. I had to flirt with him. First of all, I had to pretend to be you.
Were you shocked when all of a sudden they brought over to the counter this big jug?
No, you told me. So
I didn't think I told you
said
that.
to this man, I had to pretend to be you. I had to pretend I knew your birthday. I just had to get your prescription. It's fine. And I don't think that's too illegal, but it's fine.
No, you can pick up people's. Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted a bag to put it in. I did not want to walk around with a poop juice jug. So first of all, he goes, do you need any instructions on this? And I go, this ain't my first rodeo. I know what that poop juice is for. And so I said, but I'd like to do some more shopping. Would you mind terribly much if you put that all in a bag for me? Because I didn't know if they wouldn't do it because I didn't want to be thought of as a shoplifter. You know, you've got this bag and that's bad. You can't have bags in a store.
Right.
You? And so I just said, well, thank you, big boy. And
You did not say thank you.
No, but I could tell he was a little reluctant at first. I said, I just don't want to walk around looking at all kinds of cool stuff here in Target.
Carrying
with
this
big jug of poop juice.
So I've had colonoscopies since I was 38 years old because my dad died of colon
and they're
cancer
very important.
in the early 50s.
We're going to talk about that today. We're going to make fun of it in a lighthearted fashion, but
Absolutely.
we need to also say that it's important to get them.
But I haven't had the big jug. They have other ways of, I will talk about that, other ways to get you pooping.
When we get to the prep section, I would say that we will.
And I've got some advice. I started having them at 38. And I've had them every 5 to 3 years, depending on if they find polyps or not. So it is really not my first rodeo. In fact, I'm like an expert on
And I know my stepsister-in-law has never had one until she turned 69. And
She's lucky.
She had some problems, and we need to all understand.
They're saying kids should really get them in their 20s now because there's so much more.
Well, they are also saying that they should just put statins in the water so that we all have low cholesterol. So you know what?
Statins are not good for you, though.
I don't care. It's just, and another thing I'd like to do is call my friend. She's got a good colonoscopy horror story.
I shouldn't probably listen. I'll just plug my ears and go la 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 when she tells the story because I'm having one next week.
Oh, well, I think if you don't laugh, you cry. So let's just go with laughter today.
Talk
So,
about going in with high blood pressure.
so yeah, let's forgive us.
What? This is
Forgive
what
us.
happened. It's true. As you get older, you just stop caring. You're like, your humility is.
Yeah, it's gone.
It's retired.
When we had babies, we thought we knew what humility.
Would anybody else like to look at my vagina?
Yeah, just I don't need clothes.
Do
I
what?
can-
Once you've had a kid, it's like, it doesn't matter.
However,
it's all ruined.
later, because we'll do mammograms sometime. We've talked about mammograms a little bit about don't look down.
Yeah.
Just don't look at it. Don't look down. And your dignity, you think a pap smear? Oh no. Colonoscopies are astounding. And the other thing is, the night before, I'm sure he'll sleep like a baby. But you're lying awake with your hollow stomach, empty and devoid of food, your intestines clear, and you say to yourself, this is a nice cleanse. But instead you think, how did I get here?
Do you ever like before, like, I wonder how much weight I can lose, you know? So you weigh
sure.
yourself right
Sure.
before and then after.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sue.
Let's talk about colonoscopy prep.
Yeah, I have. Before we start that, I have a question for you.
You may ask away.
And then we'll get to prep.
Okay.
If you're in medical school and you have all these choices, all these doors open for all these specialties, I don't know if I would pick doing colonoscopies.
Poop shoots?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Poop shoots, yeah.
But I mean, what is that? Somebody has to write a comment to us once. What is it called when you go to the doctor to become a colonoscopist? What is it called? Isn't that a
Gastroenterologist?
Is that it?
I believe so.
What about podiatry? That's disgusting too.
Well, yeah, I couldn't do toes.
I
I can't do feet.
What do you? How about skin cancer stuff? Gross.
Oh, a dermatologist?
No.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. I really applaud people that go into
Yes,
medicine.
thank you.
Maybe like an eye doctor probably wouldn't be so bad, or
I guess so.
I don't know, but that would be probably one of the last. Proctologist, is that?
I don't know. We're very ignorant. We teach
Gynecologist.
we
Baby
teach
doctor.
a lot about a little.
You know,
think, oh,
obstetrician,
that'd
you
be
know,
so
somebody that
sad.
delivers. Well, that
No,
something
I
happens.
wanna do
See,
that.
it's just a very stressful job all
And the
around.
person we're going to call later, the reason this call is so funny is she works in the medical field and she's had
I
a
bet
few
she's
colon-
seen it all.
But she doesn't do colonoscopies. She does heart surgery. Again, I don't know.
I'm just trying to think if I was a
Cardiologist.
doctor.
Cardiologist.
You know what I think if I was a doctor? I would
Okay.
think maybe just there's a doctor that just does cortisone injections.
But
and
see,
stuff.
physical therapy. There
Physical
you go.
therapy.
There we go. That's
But
why all
no,
the-
because with physical therapy,
Okay.
you'd have to touch older, maybe feet.
like ours. Yeah.
Can you tell it? Skin.
Well, and also, well, she doesn't like the chicken skin either.
No.
So old people's skin does look a lot like chicken skin.
I'm getting creepy.
But we digress.
I had a student, and his dad was a gastroenterologist. Is that what they're called, or a
Let's just call it a
colonoscopy-
poop doctor from now on.
poopy doctor? So anyway.
Because we're not
shoot
giving out
doctor.
poop shoot doctor. We're not giving out.
Well,
medical-
anyway, we'll look it up by the end. They scheduled me for a colonoscopy, and then I got there. I'm like, oh my gosh, because I didn't pay attention to the doctor's name.
No,
You
just
know,
click okay.
And I got in. He
whatever,
goes,
yeah.
"Oh hi," and he's like,
No,
talking
no.
to me, and it was actually my
No.
a parent,
No,
a parent that
No.
did it that year.
no. I would have said, got to do this
So
later.
it's like, well, how are conferences going to go? I've seen
I've
your
I've seen
mom.
all the little kibbles and bits.
I've seen your mom.
Kibbles and bits. Okay, now Lisa, I must have an obsession with walking around a grocery store or something because
Okay.
when you're doing a colonoscopy prep, you got to put certain things in the cart. Your Gatorade.
I got to tell you about that.
Your puddings. Your soft foods. If you see somebody walking around with soft foods, clear
gotta go
liquids,
shopping.
you can't have red liquids.
No.
'cause that could be construed as poop.
I gotta go
Apparently,
shopping
they're
next
really
time.
stupid. These poop doctors.
Yeah.
They think they see some red. They're like, that's blood.
You're right. I better
Yes.
go get some
You
stuff.
know the list. I think I have a list here. It's beef broth, chicken broth, clear liquids, bouillon. Bouillon is delicious when you're hungry.
You know what? And Vaseline. That is my tip.
I was not expecting. I'm not ready for that. What's the Vaseline?
I'm
Wait,
telling
I
you,
don't wanna know.
I have learned this because I've had colonoscopies since I was 38.
38.
You lube that baby up, and it doesn't get. You don't get the red eye.
Are you talking? You do it yourself before the procedure? What are you
No,
talking-
before
Oh,
the
before the events.
Before the
event.
cleanse.
Before the cramping and the pooping and the cleansing.
you
okay,
you kind of lube it up, and then
But the thing with the
and then you
colon-
don't get so sore.
I have a math problem.
I know, that's
about it.
really gross,
It's-
sorry.
It's exhaustion plus hunger plus regret equals colonoscopy. You're like, it's almost like a spiritual.
It's all encompassing.
It's kind of like going to a spiritual retreat.
It encompasses all the feels.
So I don't like to go without food. I like my food. I eat a little all the time.
Yeah.
So when you are prepping, you kind of try to get to Gandhi, like I'm going to have a hunger strike and I'm going to find something to pray about or focus on and to meditate. I was pretending that the prep was margaritas.
Oh,
And
put a little ice and...
I use the lemon lime.
Ooh, that's an idea.
Lime Gatorade, lemon lime Gatorade or Powerade or whatever, because you can
Yeah.
have a clear liquid, just not
Right.
red. The whole jug instead of with water, and then I put it in the fridge. Add some crushed ice.
Have it in a little martini glass?
I had it in a margarita glass.
Could you add a little vermouth?
Just a little lime, no vermouth. Maybe.
Maybe. Vodka's a clear liquid.
It's true. The problem was,
You can make a little-
you're supposed to drink that sucker.
A little Go Lightly
Oh, yes.
martini.
So after a while, I was so full. You're full and empty
Yes.
at the same time. You're an empty shell of your former self, but you're full.
Yeah.
I actually couldn't finish the prep, and I'm just telling you right now, it was fine. When you're squirting out nothingness, you're like, I think I'm clear.
And you know it's bad when you sit down, you're like, I don't know if I'm peeing or... You're like, I don't know what hole it's coming out of. And you're just like, where? And you're trying to like
I think
visualize.
I'm peeing.
Where is it coming from?
Yeah, nope. There's no visualization.
It's coming from both, I think. That's the worst. All right, so my prep story is,
Okay.
like I said, I maybe have once had this Go Lightly or whatever they call it.
the light.
And they used to have that little fleet stuff, and that was really hard on your
What's a
gut.
fleet?
It was this little teeny jug, little teeny jar.
Oh.
And I used to have that. And I'm
Yum.
okay with drinking it. You have to drink 8 ounces every so many minutes
do
or whatever.
Can't do it.
The last 3 or 4 times, the doctor didn't like to use this because he thought it was a little more caustic. So what they had me do is you take 4 Docalax.
Yes.
Okay. And then you go get the biggest jug of MiraLax, dump it into Gatorade, and you drink that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
My body does not do well with Gatorade. It's too sugary.
Well, they have the light stuff.
Even the light, I cannot process Gatorade.
You need to see Lisa's
Yeah.
sincere face right now.
I'm very
She
serious.
is sincere.
I'm serious. So here's what happened. So they said, nope, get Gatorade. And I said, can it be any other liquid? I don't do, nope, Gatorade.
Lemonade?
So this is the last time, like 3 years ago. So I'm still at my house. I did the Docalax. I was drinking the Gatorade, and my stomach's going. "Rrr." I got like 3/4 of the way through, and I sat down on the toilet. All of a sudden, I didn't even know what happened. It was like projectile vomiting.
3 holes.
I was going out 3 holes. 4 with my nose.
Oh.
Anyway, all of a
5,
sudden,
2
all of a
nostrils.
sudden, I sat there, and it was the worst thing. My jaw dropped. And just this whole big stream of puke just all over. And it was just all the liquid all on my wall. And I just sat there going, oh, like a big technical yawn, you know? And, it was and I couldn't stop. So I couldn't finish it. So I went in and I said, I don't know if I'm clean enough.
I think you were
because-
clean. Well, you was a whistle. Weren't you clean? Weren't you? I bet you were.
So I get in, you know what they said? I'm traumatized anyway by
Yeah,
all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
And they said, well, here, go do an enema. I said, now? Like right before. So I had to then go do an enema to make sure. And I was like, I didn't know if I ever wanted to go back. So it'll be interesting with this big jug. That looks like a lot of liquid.
That's
to
a lot of
drink.
liquid.
But I'm just going to use Crystal Light. I just use that
Yeah,
liquid
Crystal Light.
and just put some Crystal Light in. I'll be
well,
good to go.
but the problem is they give you a time.
They do.
And you have prepped for it and you've been perfect because you don't want to do this again.
And if you're not cleaned out,
They'll just say you got to go back home and got to do it again. So I appreciate that people with diabetes, heart disease, they need to get in earlier than people that are healthy like us. I appreciate that.
so you have late afternoon.
But they told me 9 a.m. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's perfect. Thank you so much. You get a call at, say, 7, and they're like, we're moving yours to 2. And you're like, well, I haven't eaten, and I need to eat. What am I supposed to do? And they told me I couldn't have coffee or anything. I'm like, I needed to distract myself. And you just regret every decision that you ever made.
Did I tell you about my daughter, Mackenzie?
Did she need a colonoscopy?
She did in high school.
Oh.
And this is kind of a funny little story. So she...
Poor Mackenzie.
Kenzie. She was in the show choir stuff. And every year they would take the kids to Minneapolis to this Chanhassen Theater.
Chanhassen.
Chanhassen
There we
Theater
go.
thing. And she really, really wanted to go. And she was having some kind of stomach issues. So they were going to do a colonoscopy and an endoscopy at the same time. She had to do the cleanse. They scheduled it and we were fine. And then they called and they said, no, we need to reschedule it. And they scheduled it when she was going to
Yeah, you don't get an
Chanhassen.
option. They're like,
No.
here's when your colonoscopy
Yeah,
is.
so
You're
she's
like,
like,
I don't
what am
want
I going to do? So it turned out she could go there, but she had to start her cleanse on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
On the charter bus.
Oh, yeah.
So she
Good place to poop.
And she goes, everyone, I'm claiming the back seat and I'm claiming the bathroom on
I
the way
remember
home."
this story.
Yes.
She started pooping on the bus.
Yes. She's had a big part of her cleanse on a charter bus with all these other high schoolers.
Yes, you
That
need
takes
to know.
guts. I would not have
When
done
are
that.
you cleansing? Because that part of the whole shebang is part of the planning. You got to go to the grocery store and get all your weird foods, but you also have to think, when am I going to be doing this?
Yeah. One time my ex-husband, this is another reason he was ex, he threw a fit that I had to cleanse and then he's like, well, we're going to the beach. I'm on the beach. I'm like, oh my God, where's the
You
port?
did not.
Where's the porta potty? I'm taking a little hole in the sand.
I will. What is that beach? I will never go to that beach. Tell me the beach. I'm not
I
going.
didn't really
Okay,
do
good.
it.
Thank God.
But wouldn't that have been funny?
See, the sad thing is I believed you. That's why I wasn't laughing. I'm like, that's disgusting, Lisa.
Let's get back to
Continued with the prep. This one just
No
popped in my
Gatorade.
head. It probably doesn't quite fit with the prep, but so the very first time I had this done, I was perimenopause. And that's quite a kick in the gut to be going through perimenopause. And one of the first questions they ask you when you don't look like I do now is, could you be pregnant? And
Oh, honey.
I said that, but I was really hungry.
She said that as she's hot flashing.
Well, I was hot flashing. I was super hungry. And I thought, well, if a miracle happened, I just stumbled over my words. And she goes, pee in this cup. I was hungry. They were postponing my procedure so I could have a pregnancy test at age 55.
Oh my God.
So, no, maybe I was 50. Yeah. So I had to have a pregnancy test to prove that the Immaculate Conception had not occurred because we have taken steps to make sure that won't happen. So, tell you what, folks, just say, no, I'm not pregnant. I mean, what?
Can you imagine though? The prep is the worst part.
I've thought of an idea for Shark Tank. You and I.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Colonoscopy clothes. Or just any procedure pants.
Procedure
Here's the
pants.
deal.
Do they
So,
flip to the like the
I don't
old,
know.
You know those old onesies that they used to wear in the old days with
Maybe.
the little butt flap?
Let's workshop it. But what I'm
Okay.
saying is how this all came to my mind was they had postponed my procedure and I was having a nervous breakdown. I couldn't watch television because there's a lot of food commercials at the time.
Wow,
I
you really can't. I
I
could go a whole day without eating.
Sue
and be
needs
fine.
food.
Sue needs
Sue
food.
needs food. So I
Sue
just
needs
said-
substance.
I said, where can I go to distract myself? Not the library, too boring. So I thought I want to go shopping somewhere. I don't like shopping very much, but I went, of course, to TJ Maxx and Home Goods. So I'm walking around TJ Maxx first. My brain is just all about colonoscopy and being hungry. When you go to the doctor, well, no, you didn't have to take anything off today, right? When you went to see the dentist, you keep your clothes on for the dentist.
Oh my God!
No, I'm just thinking
What
about.
dentist do you go to?
Well, Doctor,
Hey Sue, I need to look at teeth. You better take off your pants.
Dr. Kyle.
He's checking all the orifices.
No, I'm just saying, I forgot what your procedure was today.
It wasn't a procedure.
But just I'm
Dentist.
saying, dentist, okay, yeah, don't take your clothes off. Lessons for life. Don't take your clothes off for the dentist.
When they say we'll be back in a minute, that's not your cue to take everything off.
Oh,
And yeah, they don't give you a gum. They just put that little teeny paper.
Just to wipe your tartar, the tartar wipe.
Seriously, they come in and Sue's sitting there stark naked with just that little bib, that little paper.
Don't take your clothes off for a dentist. I think we've learned our lesson. And thanks for listening today.
He is cute, though.
He
Our
is. Okay.
dentist is cute.
But the next time you
We
have
have
a
too much in
procedure-
common.
It's true. The next time we have a procedure, you're wearing jeans right now, and I'm wearing just sort of leggings.
Yeah.
I just want there to be a certain. I know it won't make it on Shark Tank, but I think there could be a market for really comfy clothes that are still fashionable that you wear for your procedure. Because when you're done, you want to still
Well, yeah.
feel nice.
Don't
and-
you just wear like sweatpants?
Yeah,
and-
but then you look kind of grungy. I'm saying just nice looking.
And they should have a
lots
butt
of-
flap, and they should have a little spot where you can put a little ice pack for afterwards.
And maybe if you need a pregnancy test, a place to a pee flap. I don't know, just maximum comfort because they're going to shove you out the door. What do you think of this for our workshop? Colonoscopy chic, trademark pending. just procedure pants. I don't know.
Well, they do have those pee pants or panties.
But I don't want to even wear a paper gown. I want them to have something like a really pretty drape.
They really need to figure out the whole flap that stays open.
They're throwing them away. They're not
those paper gowns. Or not the paper gowns, but the cloth gowns.
Yeah.
There's no way to be comfortable in it.
Let's
Either the
make 'em
butt,
pretty.
your butt sticking out,
Yeah.
or you're trying to hold the front flap.
Could we make them maybe out of a polyester blend so that it's stretchable? Why not? I want to know. I want to know why
Little
they
silk blends.
a little silk blend. How about just some pretty colors?
That's
why?
the thing too. Those rooms are so cold.
You go on a warm blanket? No. What I would like is a pretty onesie that I can have my colonoscopy chic, patent pending. I
hate when you get there, you undress and you lay down and it's cold in there and you're like, oh God, now I gotta pee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I gotta go. And they're like, oh, go ahead.
Hey, that's another tip for colonoscopy.
Lesson for life. Yes.
Really, really hydrate yourself before you do the whole
All of it?
like cleansing bit.
Yes.
Make sure you really hydrate like days before.
Okay.
Because my aunt actually ended up calling the EMS because she got so dehydrated she kept passing out and
Well,
stuff.
that's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
had to go to TJ Maxx. I was very, very hungry and thirsty. You weren't supposed to drink anything either, you know. That morning
No.
out the procedure. So I'm like, so now it's.
Oh, I hate that when
now
they're
it's
like,
10
oh,
o'clock.
yeah, you're
don't take anything.
Well, a
And
lot of times they're like, you're coming in at 4, and I'm like, oh.
and are
that's
we
a lot.
rule followers, Lisa?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. And so I wasn't drinking anything.
But they've kind of changed that. This
know, they're
last
getting
thing I
real
had,
nice.
they're like, you can drink water up until like
Yes. Well,
the
what are you gonna
procedure,
do?
little sips and stuff.
You're going to projectile vomit like Lisa did? So what? What's going to harm? You know, just, I don't know.
That was the night before. Yeah, I should come cleanse here.
Oh, God.
because
I do have 3 toilets.
because I'm going to have to drive 2 hours in the morning.
Okay, we need to talk about finding you a doctor nearby your location.
No, I can't. I have to keep my doctor here because I'm moving back
Write
here.
that down.
Mark my words, baby.
Lisa, I think we're going to have a part 2.
I know. I'm having so much fun talking about colonoscopies. Who'd have thought?
Who would have thought? We're going to have a part 2
two.
for sure. I would like to say thanks for listening, and we'll be back in a couple weeks with part 2. We have a lot of special things. I think we're going to have a wrap, and we have an interview.
We haven't done a song rap for a
I
while.
think we're
It's
gonna
time.
have to.
It's time.
So we'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Love you. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
We didn't know what we didn't know.
Life laughed. We'll see you next time.
Yep,
Bye.
Bye-bye.